Oh, by the way, the Democrats are doing, or not Democrats, sorry, Republicans are doing this like weird thing now where Greg Abbott started this thing where he casually will just like bus migrants to DC and like other like blue states and shit, right? Specifically to DC though. And then immediately, of course, Desantis got involved on that too. And Ron DeSantis, because he's such a fucking clout hungry piece of shit, and he started doing it too. He sent him to Martha's Vineyard, which I think is pretty funny. He flew them out to Martha's Vineyard, and what they're basically doing is like they are literally doing what they said the Democrats were doing, but couldn't find any Democrat that's actually doing that, right? So they just decided to do the George Soros thing themselves. They unironically did the George Soros thing. They were like, George Soros is busing migrants to liberal cities for the votes, right? And then they couldn't actually find one, so they just started doing it themselves, which is weird. It's like humiliating for the people. It like robs them of their humanity. You know what I mean? Yeah, it's like Steven Crowder cross-dressing. It's just always projection. And if this is true, apparently one migrant told the national correspondent for Fox News that he believes the border is open, which of course, you know, where did he hear that? Not from a Democrat. I'll tell you that much. You know who probably told him that? Some fucking Republican. It's insane. It's like, what the are you doing? It's such a weird, it is such a weird thing that these guys are like, yeah, the border's open. They're telling Venezuelans the border's open and they're busing them into lip-tart cities. It's like, no, it turns out you're doing that. Like, you couldn't find a guy to do that, so you're doing it now. Also, if anyone unironically thought the border was open, that means they're probably watching Fox News, because the only place that ever says the border is open is Fox News. I've never heard anybody be like, yeah, the border's open, please come in. I've never heard a single liberal news outlet be like, yeah, thank God, finally Joe Brandon is president and the border is open. Like, it's just an invention of the Republican Party. Like, the most famous Kamala Harris moment is literally her being like, do not come. Kamala Harris being like, do not come. And then Trump being like, I'm gonna come. Do not come.